Hi Flosstube, it's Helen D. Happy Tuesday. I believe it's June 4th. I don't have my phone on me to check, but I'm pretty sure it's June 4th. Hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to spend with me and talk all things cross stitch. And for everyone who always comes back video after video, leaves amazing comments, everyone who has subscribed, just thank you so much. We are getting down to it here with the end of the school year. So the last 2 weeks since I had my regular video have been very busy. This week is very busy, and then next week is finals, and then we're done. And then it will be summer, and that's a different kind of busy. So I did get quite a bit done the last 2 weeks. Like I said, when my son has been having tennis and the practices are right after school, I have this kind of stretch of time to get some things done. So I've been working on that. I have a little more finishing to show. Whips wise, I've been working really hard on one whip. I have a finish, but then one whip has a lot of progress, so we'll show that. That's kind of it in a nutshell of what we've been up to. Two things before I get started that I don't want to forget. Stitch Maine is coming up on June 22nd, which seems like it will be here before we know it, and I've been so busy I haven't even been able to focus on that. That is put on by Penny at the Daily Stitcher. If you are somewhat local, you know, put yourself on the wait list. It's basically what I'm saying. We've had a couple cancellations. Penny's been pulling names from the wait list. If you're close enough that you think very last minute, yep, I could zip up, throw your name on the wait list, and that way, if there's an opening, you'll know. I'll put a link to that below. My pen is buried. My pen is buried. Emmy drank from both the cups while I was setting up. I had to get myself a new one. Happy Tuesday. So there's that. The other thing, and I forgot my phone to show you, I've been working on Tree of Magic from Barbara Anna. That was sold as a kit exclusively through Knitka Moscow. I just saw last week on Barbara Anna's Instagram page that she is now selling a PDF of that chart. So she has a Ko-fi, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. She has a site that you can get just the PDF, and it's all DMC floss. So if that's something you're interested in, and it did sound like in reading the comments that she will have others there eventually. So if you wanted that and you hadn't been able to get it, that's an option for you. I will put a link to that below. I think that's it. Yeah. All right, let's jump in because it's kind of messy over here. So we will start with the fully finishes. I have 3 things to show. The first one is the last piece that I finished for Penny of the Daily Stitcher because she likes to have models on display. She sets up a big vending area at the retreat. So she had stitched this and asked me if I would finish it. So I did, and it's gonna be kind of awkward to show. And I don't remember the name of the chart. It's Hands-On Design, a banner year, the Halloween one. It might be Boo, but I'm not entirely sure. It's the Halloween, a banner year. I'm gonna hold the whole thing up and then I'll kind of pull it in. I laid it out here ahead of me, but it's backwards, so hold on. Okay, so this is kind of how I finished the whole thing. So there's 3. I put some pom-poms in between, and then this is just all 6 lengths of DMC. Hold on. And I left them long because I don't know where Penny needs to tie hooks and stuff. Okay. So, I finished these not the way that they're shown on the charts. On the charts, they're finished the stitching and then a layer of fabric behind it with some rickrack. I finished mine the same way that I was finishing the Hands-On Design trees. So they're 2 pieces of mat board the same size, and then I did cording on the edge. And then these little tabs, before I sandwiched them, I put the little tabs in between. And then the other thing I did when I put them on this banner, I went in on the string and I just tacked it, right? I just went in and tacked each side so that they wouldn't pull all around when you had them up. So that is for Penny. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's the Call for Colors and Floss, but I don't know what that is. It kind of looks like Kermit from Picture This Plus, but again, okay. I have a banner like that too, and the thing with banners is they're such a mess to put away and to pull out, and they get all tangled. So I have a bag for that one ready to go, but I need to take a picture of it first. So that one was Penny's. Then I have two things. These are both from Pedal Pusher, Barbie, my friend Barbie. She has done a series of kind of pests, I guess you would say, in the garden. She started with Troublemakers, right? Now I'm forgetting. Troublemakers was the crows. Rascals was the rabbits. Oh, I forgot my phone. She has a new one. It's adorable. And I was going to show you, but I forgot my phone. So here is Troublemakers. So these boards are made by Scarlet Sky on Etsy, and I did the crackle, and there's the stitching. It's all DMC on the board. So that's Troublemakers. And this one is Rascals. This is the one that when I showed the finished stitching, or what I thought was the finished stitching, you guys caught like 4 places I'd missed. So there's the two together. Now let's talk crackle for a moment. I painted these the same day. Yes, I used different paints, but humidity conditions and all of that, exactly the same. I did both of my bottom coats, both of my crackles, both of my top coats. This one, all the crackle. This one, like 4 crackles. So the crackle does what the crackle wants to do. Just be warned. The thing with the crackle is if you don't like it, like if this one hadn't come out very good, I could have just put another base coat on and crackled it again to see, or if this one was too much, I could have just painted it solid. So those are done. The new one that she just came out is called Critters, and it is mice in a strawberry patch. It's super cute. So I'm excited to stitch that one. And the board has a mouse on it. I think the board is called, I think this one is the Corbeau. I don't remember what this one's called. What's the mouse from the Disney movie where he's a cook? I can't think of it now, but I'm pretty sure that's what she called the mouse board. Scarlet Sky. So those are done. They were fun and easy. I just did no extras, just my stitching and a length of cording around the edges. So keep an eye out for that one. I know Barbie, I believe, has a trunk show going to StitchCon. For those of you that are going there this weekend, you would be able to find Critters. It's super cute. Pinks, reds, adorable little mice. Unless you're Missy from 2 Needles Pulling Thread, what more could you want? So that was my fully finishes. Finishes, I, at one point last week, was just like, I need to cross something off this list. It'd been a while. I needed to cross something off the list. And the thing I had closest was this Mill Hill called Kitty's Stocking that just needed the beads. So I beaded that one up. It had like a bow over here that I chose to leave off. So that one is ready to go. There's a heart charm that dangles from this candy cane that I may or may not put on, but you don't put that on until after you cut it out. I now have 3 of these waiting to be fully finished, but they're pretty easy, so that might be a summer project. So that one got finished, and then the other one that got finished was a width last time. I don't have took the chart out because Emmy was laying on that bag and it was getting squished. But it is Patriotic Quaker from Primrose Cottage. I did mine on a 16 count dapple from Picture This Plus. So it's a gray. I used the called for coloring cottons for the red and the blue, and then the white coloring cotton wasn't quite showing up enough, so I used B5200. So that one is done. It's on this adorable Whipper Keeper that Stephanie, the New England Stitcher, made me. Brandy and Emma from B&E Stitchery gave that to me as a gift. This one was for the retreat. Penny had asked me to stitch it up for a model. So it's beautiful. It was fun to stitch. I did not enjoy it. But that's only because it felt like work, right? It had a deadline. It felt like work stitching, and I got so into my other piece, I didn't want to be working on this. I wanted to be working on the other piece. So I kind of plugged along, did a little bit here and there, and then focused on the other piece. So I'll be glad to have that up, but like I said, it was not really, sometimes deadline stitching just feels like work and you don't want to do it. But you do, and you get it done. Okay, next is Forest Friends from Tiny Modernist. We've moved into whips. I only have 2. And this one's gonna look pretty darn similar to what you saw last time. So this chart is included on the Tiny Modernist Patreon, and I believe it will be up through June. So if this is something you're interested in, if you sign up for June, you can still get the previous month's chart. And this is the May, it was the April chart and the May chart. And I have a full picture now because the whole thing's out. So this is Forest Friends. Last time I had done the hedgehog and I was working on the border. The new one is a bunny. It's all DMC. I finished the border and that was it. So I really had, like, you know, just a smidge of stitching up there. I finished the border and then I didn't start in because I was working on the other piece. So now I can just do the fun stuff. She showed a preview of the June chart, which is coming out a little later in the month, and it's a cat and some flowers. It's cute. Okay. There's that one. I did have a new start, very small, one night only new start. And actually it was a fraction of a night. My friend Kat and I had decided to start, I think we both bought this last year at Stitch New England, and we decided to start it together, and it is Watermelon Crawl from Counting Puddles. And Kat was doing different starts in May, and so she had a day open in May, and we said that's when we'll start it. We happened to be on a Zoom call that night together, so we started it together. I was doing great, and then one of the lights in the office blew, and I could no longer see the holes in my Lugana, so that was the end of that, and I haven't picked it up since because of the other piece. So here's, that's my little start. I changed my fabric to this blue, which is a Bestitch Me, and I don't believe I wrote the color down. Because that would have made too much sense. So I'll have to look that up for you next time. It's my first time using Bestitch Me's Lugana. It's a 28 Lugana. I like it. Here's the colors. So the original one is done on like a light green. I didn't think the white was going to show, and there's some big clouds and stuff, and if I'm going to stitch them, I want them to show. So all of those are going to pop really nice on this bright blue fabric. Kat actually did hers on a blue too, not quite as bright. So Counting Puddles, Watermelon Crawl. We'll work on that over the summer. And then the piece I've been working on. Last video, I pulled out the 4 Elements SAL from Satsuma Street. This has been, it was from it was on my paper as a 2022 start. So it was the summer of 2022, sorry, 2023. Last summer's SAL. And it's a big one. It's like 20,000 plus stitches. I did the first segment within the month it came out. The second segment, nope, I got about maybe a third of it done. Then it got put away. Then I pulled it out, covered in cat hair from those bags. I pulled it out at the beginning of the year and gave it some time, and I did finish the second segment. So I still had half. I was at 52% in Pattern Keeper. I had half of it left to go. Satsuma Street put out that email teasing their next summer stitch along, and it's Halloween. I'm hoping it's a haunted house. It may not be. The teaser picture kind of looked that way. So I thought, I'm gonna pull this out and just work on it. And you know how sometimes you have a whip, especially a big one, and you're gung-ho on it when it starts. And then you might touch it here and there, and then it just kind of sits for a while. And at least with me, sometimes pulling it out to work on it feels like work. And then sometimes, I don't know why, I'll pull it out and it's all I want to work on until I get it done. And that's what this one is. So this one is in staying out until it's finished mode. I am currently at 85%, so I got a lot done. I even ironed it for you because it's big and it was all squished. So that will be the whole piece. Mine is large because it's on a 14 count because it's so full coverage. I don't like my stitches to be squished. So we'll start from, I can't see you. There's the water, I was done with that. There's the earth, I was done with that. Last video, I was just down in this stuff. So I worked my way up. I worked up to the sun. Then I started moving over because there's so much white in the air section, and that white is a beast. And I knew if I left it, I wanted to leave myself something fun as a little treat for when I got done with all the white. Also, I like to do this white stitching first, and it's so intertwined with these little rays that I started moving over here. I've made it to the edge, going up. There's another bird here, and then more rays. And there's a whole bunch more clouds in the rays up in this section. And then I need to fill in the sun. I showed last video that I'm going to use a different chart for the sun that someone had shared on the Satsuma Street Stitchers Facebook page. I'll share her name. I don't have it on me because I just grabbed this, but I'll make sure I share that so that if you're interested in that. So there it is. 85%. So in 2 weeks, granted they were busy 2 weeks, but now that I have that patriotic Quaker piece done, this one's gonna get all the love until it's done. So hopefully next time you see that, it will be finished. Then it will sit in the closet forever until I come up with what I'm gonna do to finish it. It's big. I thought I had a piece that was gonna fit in, I don't. So I'll have to see if I'm going to get it framed with a square frame with a round mat. That is a much later Helen problem. So that's what I've been stitching. What have I been buying? I had a few things come in. First, I had a really sweet piece of Happy Mail, like Stitchy Kindness mail come in. Fran reached out and she said she had some Mill Hill kits that she wanted to pass on to share with me, with friends, with retreat tables, with whatever. So she sent me a box of Mill Hills. So I've gone through, I just pulled a few to show, but I'm gonna be sharing those. Some of these were so cool because I'd never seen them. So these first two I'd never seen. They are from 2009, both of them. And they're on fabric. So those are super cool. And I don't really know how they're put together yet. Probably kind of like a Biscornu or a Pendibule, or I'll figure it out. So these two. And then just to kind of show a couple of the other kind of things, there were several of these Christmas jewels lines. This is from 2014. Oh, actually, you can kind of see some of the others. And the beaded holiday snowflake line. There's some of the others there. And those are from 2020. So thank you, Ferenz, so much. I'm looking forward to pulling one of those out. I don't have a mill hill going. I haven't been stitching. I can't stitch at actual tennis because I'm watching. Tennis practice, I can stitch all day. Actual tennis, I cannot. So I haven't had a car piece going for a long time. I just grab whatever I'm working on and put a few stitches in. So then I had placed an order with paisleys and polka dots. Once I put the bee hut together and knew I could do it, I decided, I looked at her website and there was a couple things I had my eye on, and then she had some new summer releases and I absolutely had to get them. So my order came in from her, Julie. One of them, this one is a stand and it doesn't really have a picture, but it's like a pedestal stand that you can mount a piece in. So that I'm planning on finishing like a basic white or a white crackle, so it will be reused multiple times. I got the larger one so that I could fit, like the patriotic Quaker piece should be able to fit in there no problem. So I got that one. Then from her new release, she had these, which is, she called the Be the Reason round sign. And it looks like this. And these were sold, that little saying is included. So you cut that out and you Mod Podge it. Does Mod Podge go bad? I have some that I've had for literal a decade. Is this still good? Do I need to buy some new Mod Podge? I don't know. So I probably will not finish it like this. I bought this thinking this round area would be perfect for a round finish. So that's my thought for this one. Then the one that made me like, I'm getting this. How cute are these guys gonna be next to my watermelon piece? It's like she knew. So these were sold as a pair, and it's Summer Ants half slice and quarter slice. And they come, there's one, all the pieces. I didn't open them so that I wouldn't lose the pieces. And again, this has the paper with all the little parts printed on it that you cut out and you Mod Podge. And Julie had said on her Instagram, I think, and I 100% agree, these remind her of Cootie. Did anyone play that game Cootie, where you like built a bug? We did. And they remind me of that too. So I'm excited to put those together. She tells you what color paints you need. And mine just came in. Joann's was doing free shipping over Memorial Day weekend, I think, and my store did not have them, so I ordered them and they came in yesterday. I'm gonna squish these. So that's on my list of things to do. Painting's kind of a to-do around here. It takes time. I have to spread out. I'll have to figure out a time to do that. I had placed an order with 123 because I needed a piece of fabric for upcoming secret project. And they had this one in stock, and you guys know I've been waiting on this one. This is Peacock from Cottage Garden Sampling. I love it. So I got that. And then Thread.Needle.Scissors, Stacy, they moved from Florida to Tennessee, I believe. So right before she moved, she was having some big sales in her store right to move some stuff. So then she didn't have to pack it up and move it. So she was having a 40% off sale. And I'm like, well, 40% off sale, I have to look. It would be rude not to. And I picked up a piece of fabric. This is Lestrange from Atomic Ranch. It's showing up a little more purple. It's really more of a gray. I didn't have a classic haunt from Hands On Design. And I didn't have 12 monthly minis from Primrose. And again, at 40% off, I snapped that up. I've seen a lot of people stitching this right now. I think there's some stitch alongs. So that was purchases. I am. I'm like, I don't think I'm waiting on anything. I am. I don't know if they're still available. And I don't know how many more she has. But Lady Dot Creates randomly sometimes has her bag o' bits, which is a scrap bag of trims. I happened to randomly be on Etsy and saw that they were in stock. So I'll put a link below. They go quick. There's a 2-bag limit. I think they were $9.50 a bag plus shipping. I bought 2. Did I need more? Probably not. But I love these bags because they're $9.50. You get so much trim. And sometimes it's just like remnants. She's dying. She packages things in 3-yard or 2-yard lengths, and she has a scrap left at the end that's not quite the right length. So it's the colors that she normally offers. Sometimes it's things she's dyed specifically for someone, for, excuse me, for a different club, trying to find a new color and it's kind of not quite what she wants. You can get some really cool shades that then when you're trying to match something up, you might not know what it is, but, or be able to get more of it, but it's just perfect for smalls. So I have 2 bags of bits coming. I think they're coming this weekend. So I will show you those when they come in. But I don't think I've ordered anything else. I don't need anything, so. All right, let's go through some giveaways. Last video I had forgotten my sheet, or I had the wrong sheet. So I had put the names down below, but Lynn Ellis had won a copy of Watermelon Crawl. She did see her name. That's already hopefully there, although it was going to Canada, so it might not be. Strawberry Season from Bad Stitch. This was donated by Carla at Cobweb Corner, and she's now carrying some of Bad Stitch's charts. It's very nice. Like the chart quality itself is really, really nice. So this is going to Linda Ferenz, F-E-R-E-N-Z. Then last video, I had 2 charts again from Carla at Cobweb Corner. Number 1 was I'd Pick You, Sambury Stitches. I think Carla also has this available as a PDF. This is Pat Fortner, Let's Root for Each Other from Rebel Stitches. This one is Peggy Newton. Then I went through some charts that people had sent in for giveaways, and I have a couple like that were little groups. The Heart and Hand Birds, there's 3 of them, is Martha Cook. 3 of the Little Sheep Virtues is Gathering Jewels. Santa Rides, this is a reprint. This is Thread.Needle.Scissors. Santa and Friends, this one is the original, is Sassy Cove. And then a copy of Christmas Rules from Primrose is Stitching and Tea with Bee. Who, as when I pull these out, right, I click on them because sometimes they're in a weird YouTube name with 1,000 numbers. So when possible, I click on them to see like the actual channel name. And Stitching and Tea with Bee just started a Flosstube, so I'm gonna try and check that out. It might be when school's over. For this video, I have 2. Sometimes if I do a bunch, then I gotta do just like a couple so that I don't get confused. So these are both donated by Carla at Cobweb Corner. I always link Carla's Flosstube down below. She's been doing a lot of auctions. They're back from the farm. She's been trying to put on a lot of auctions, and they have some really cool stuff because she kind of digs through and finds some gems that she throws up on there. So she has an auction site on Facebook, and I don't know when her next one is, but it's coming right up because she's already posted kind of what will be in it. So if that's something you're interested in. As always, for giveaways, you need to be 18, so you can legally give me your address. Please don't say win or giveaway in the comments. I always will appreciate it if you're a subscriber to my channel. Carla always appreciates it if you're a subscriber over there as well. So for number 1, just put the numerical number in your comment. We're doing Goodness and Mercy from Sweet Wing Studio. I've seen a lot of people working on this one. And if you wanted it even smaller, it's 104 by 33, right? You could always just do the bird too. It's really sweet. Is he in a nest? Yeah, he's in a little nest with flowers. Super cute. I met Susan at Market. She's very nice. And then number 2 will be a $10 gift card to Cobweb Corner. So number 1, Goodness and Mercy. Number 2 will be the gift card. Carla just got the peacock in, the new Heart and Hand. Cecilia Turner did some of the little additional bits that go with the tiny towns. Those just came in, so she's got some new stuff listed. And I think she just got a pack from Witchelt, which is where her, like the Mira and the Nora Corbetts and the bead packs come from. So if you're interested, she's been really busy posting stuff up. She's catching up from farming. Plans. I'm going to finish 4 elements. That is tops on the list. Then I think I might just work on some whips for the rest of June. I still have the 2 SALs I haven't started. I still haven't started Arctic Animals. I still haven't started do more of What Makes You Happy from Historical Sampler Company. The second part of that one is out. So that one I might wait till it's all out and then just do it all at once. The Arctic Animals, I might wait till part 2 is out and then just get them both done at once. We'll see. I might not. You never know. And then I think I'm going to do some Christmas in July stitching. I have a lot of Christmas pieces I'd like to start, and I have 2 currently as whips. So I thought maybe I should work on those and then clear the way for some new things. I have a secret stitch I need to do. My local stitching group, usually we do like a holiday swap, and this year we decided instead of doing it around Christmas when everyone is busy and doing other swaps, we're gonna do it in September. So it doesn't even have to be Christmas. It can be whatever. So I need to work on my swap for that. I do have a Christmas swap I'm doing with a different group that I know what I'm doing. I need to do it. Stuff like that. Like I said, school wrapping up. This was my son's freshman year. Mom brag moment. He had a great year. He really did. He did really great academically. He tried new things. He tried the tennis team because he'd been doing like club tennis. He did the math team, finished top freshman in the state. Next year he's planning on doing science team. They had academic awards last week. We had athletic awards this week. It's all the end of school year things. But freshman year, my husband and I would say like, you know, this one, it went really well. Like you never quite know going into high school what that shift is going to be, but he had a really good first year. He's going to be very busy over the summer, but with fun things. We figured he probably wouldn't be working this summer. He's 14, so I know you can work at 14, but he still wants to do tennis club and tennis camp and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing. We have one family trip. We're going back up to the lake house with my sister's family and my parents. So that's our only like trip, and it's an hour and a half away. So that's easy. The hardest part of that one is figuring out the food situation because there's 12 of us, 6 kids. They can eat. 6 kids, 4 of them teenagers. They can eat. So we have to kind of figure out what we need to get. Luckily, the grocery store is really close because we were back there a couple times. to get stuff. And we do Christmas in July when we're there. Oh, there's Peppy. You guys never get to see my cats. Like, for reals. I'll zoom in. She'll hate it. If I zoom in, then she's out. She's watching the birds out that window. We got the garden planted. It's right out that window. She's mad because I had to put the shade down because the sun was reflecting off my glasses. So I'll wrap up with you, open the shade for Peppy, and then I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. I should be able to start the regular summer videos off on schedule. She's gonna bust that shade out. And then we'll see when it gets busy. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.